We are all familiar with the sensation of humor. Someone delivers a joke, shares a humorous personal anecdote, makes a witty comment, or inadvertently slips off the tongue, and we are immediately struck by its humor. Depending on the stimulus's level of amusement, it may induce a smile, chuckle, or convulsive hilarity. Our response is accompanied by a sense of emotional well-being and mirth. Throughout an average day, the majority of us encounter this type of situation on numerous occasions. Humor is a familiar and pleasurable activity, which is why many individuals may believe that they already comprehend it and do not require psychological research to elucidate it. Nevertheless, the empirical investigation of humor contains numerous intriguing discoveries. Humor is a fascinating and rewarding subject of scientific investigation, despite its nature as a form of mental play that involves a frivolous, non-serious attitude toward ideas and events. It serves several serious social, emotional, and cognitive functions. Humor poses a multitude of enticing inquiries that are pertinent to all branches of psychology. What are the mental processes that are involved in getting a joke or perceiving something as humorous? What is the mechanism by which humor is mediated in the brain? And what is the impact it has on our bodies? What is laughter? And why do we chuckle in response to humorous situations? What is it about humor that makes it so enjoyable? What is the significance of humor in our interactions with others? What is humor and how does it develop in children? Is it beneficial for both mental and physical health to possess a strong sense of humor? Humor and laughter's universality. Humor and mirth are a universal aspect of the human experience, affecting virtually all individuals and cultures worldwide. Apt, 1985. Lefcourt, 2001. Laughter is a vocalization pattern that is distinguished and stereotyped, and it is readily identifiable. At approximately 4 months of age, infants begin to giggle in response to the actions of others. Gelastic epilepsy, which is characterized by laughter producing seizures in newborns, suggests that the brain mechanisms necessary for laughter are already present at birth. Scher and Brown, 1976. The innateness of laughter is further illustrated by the fact that even infants who are deaf and blind have been reported to laugh appropriately without ever having observed the laughter of others. Provine, 2000. Neural imaging studies are enabling researchers to identify specialized brain circuits for humor and mirth in humans. Consequently, the capacity to appreciate humor and convey it through mirth appears to be a fundamental aspect of the human experience. However, it is intriguing to note that humans are not the sole animal species that experiences laughter. Charles Darwin, 1872, was the first to describe a particular type of laughter that juvenile chimpanzees emit, and primatologists have conducted a thorough examination of this phenomenon. Bonobos, orangutans, and gorillas have also been observed to exhibit comparable varieties of laughter. Proyshoft and Van Hoof, 1997. What is humor? Humor is defined by the Oxford English Dictionary as that quality of action, speech, or writing which excites amusement, oddity, jocularity, facetiousness, comicality, fun. According to Simpson and Weiner, 1989, humor is also the ability to perceive what is ludicrous or amusing, or to convey it in speech, writing, or other forms of composition, a jocular imagination or approach to a subject. P. 486. It is clear from these definitions that humor is a comprehensive term that encompasses any action or statement that is perceived as amusing and causes others to laugh, as well as the mental processes that are involved in both the creation and perception of such an amusing stimulus, as well as the effective response that is elicited by its enjoyment. Upon examination from a psychological standpoint, the humor process can be deconstructed into 4 fundamental components. 1. A social context. 2. A cognitive perceptual process. 3. An emotional response. And 4. The vocal behavioral expression of laughter. Kind of humor. We have observed that humor is fundamentally an effective response of mirth in a social context that is elicited by a perception of playful incongruity and is conveyed through laughter and smiling. The scope of social situations and events that can elicit the humor response is remarkably diverse, even though these fundamental elements are common to all instances of humor. We encounter a variety of humor forms that are communicated through various methods and for different purposes throughout a typical day. A portion of this hilarity is transmitted to us through the mass media. Television offers a consistent supply of humor in the form of sitcoms, blooper shows, stand-up comedy, political satire, and humorous advertisements, while radio hosts frequently crack jokes and make witty comments. Additionally, humor is present in newspaper comic strips and cartoons, comedy movies, and humorous books. Nevertheless, the majority of the humor and laughter that we encounter in our daily lives originate spontaneously during our usual interactions with others. R.A. Martin and Kuyper, 1999. This type of interpersonal humor is present in nearly all forms of informal and formal interaction, such as conversations between lovers, close friends, fellow students, co-workers, business associates, store clerks, customers, doctors and patients, teachers and students, and even strangers standing in line at a bank. The level of humor that individuals generate in their daily interactions with others is subject to individual variation. Many of us derive immense pleasure from the positive emotion of merriment, which is why we hold those who are particularly adept at eliciting laughter in us in high regard. These are the individuals who are frequently referred to as having a good sense of humor, and they are often sought out as romantic partners and acquaintances. Some individuals cultivate an ability to elicit laughter from others and make them chuckle, which leads them to become professional humor producers. They join the ranks of humorous authors, cartoonists, stand-up comedians, comedy writers, and actors. The high value that is placed on the emotional enjoyment associated with humor is further evidenced by the billions of dollars spent annually on a variety of forms of comedy. In our daily social interactions, humor can be broadly classified into three categories. 1. Jokes, which are prepackaged humorous anecdotes that individuals memorize and pass on to one another. 2. Spontaneous conversational humor, which is intentionally generated by individuals during social interaction and can be either verbal or nonverbal. And 3. Accidental or unintentional humor. Research indicates that humor can significantly impact mental health by reducing stress, enhancing mood, and even improving immune function. It also fosters social cohesion, allowing individuals to navigate social dynamics and reinforce group identities. Furthermore, humor can act as a coping mechanism, helping individuals manage difficult situations and emotions. In essence, humor is not merely a trivial aspect of human experience, but a complex and powerful tool that enriches our lives, strengthens our social connections, and promotes psychological resilience. Understanding the psychology of humor allows us to appreciate its profound influence on both individual and collective well-being. Did you like it? Tell us what you think of the video in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos.